We live. I don't know if the shit playing or not. I actually think it's straight now. Yeah, it's straight now. Can you hear it?
Hello, testing.
No, I can hear you. I'm just asking, can you hear it in the headphones?
Yeah.
That shit crispy. Now.
Yeah. Crispy in the beat needs.
So let me put this other screen up for. Anyway, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Aquarius Unlocked. The name came because I'm on Aquarius, Bay Aquarius. I'm on original Aquarius. He just kind of like barely made it, but yeah, this our Unlocked channel because it's like a couples channel, but not really a couples channel.
You know.
I don't know what y'all want to call it. So we just do celebrity gossip over here, hot topics, news, trending topics, some of all of that. What you just do?
Nothing.
I can't hear nothing.
I was trying to say, he did nothing.
I mean, I heard a click in it, like the audio went back out.
I ain't did nothing. I'm just on my channel coming over here. I ain't did nothing. I'm actually in our live now. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Is it back?
It's like it's back, but it keep going in and out. Like, do you have to turn off all the other shit?
I don't know. I saw what was in. What about that?
It's still going out.
We still sound crispy to me, but
We still sound crispy, but I still hear the pause and a fucking delay.
and it just wasn't like that. It's the internet. Oh, okay. It just it's buffered on my side.
But it's saying that it's sharing the audio source with something else.
No, because the other dude was playing over here. Still, let's just kill all of this. Now, it shouldn't be sharing nothing.
It's straight so far.
That's crazy as hell.
Then a motherfucker.
Because I know I did that several times. But into who's in here?
Yeah, I don't hear no pauses now. Wow, it's so stupid.
Because I know I done did that before. So I understand what's the difference with today than all the other days. Crazy. As long as it speaks, that's the important part.
I see you where you like, I'm here.
guess it's not crazy because I can't hear the video, but I don't think I ever hear the video. I think I just hear us talking. You know what I mean? I think I only hear the video if I turn these on and the video playing through here, so we can hear how we sound type thing. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's straight now.
Bet.
You did what?
Bet it is straight.
I heard the boys in the background. Now went out. I know, it probably just dropped off. I don't know. What you doing there?
Man, just strolling down the side of all of the things that they are having available to you on the side of this, on side of the video. Excuse me. As far as the watch stuff, all stuff, I didn't even know all this was over here. But I guess I wouldn't know because I be live on my actual videos.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't see.
Maybe this thing just went out or something. Yes, that sounds right to me. Alright, so I think we live. Y'all, I'm gonna put up the topics. I shared the link to everybody, so y'all should have got like a notification of we live. So if you missed it, I guess we was too late on this Friday night. I don't know. Let me put it up here so y'all can see the topics and see if there's something that y'all even want to watch. I don't know. We had like a 8-minute delay. My bad. But yeah. So the topics that we have: Beyonce, Kelis, Dick Cannon, and Genatew. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but her first name is Gina. What topic you want to start with, bro?
Let's get Stick Cannon over with.
Okay. So it's funny because I can hear this in the replay. All right, so with Nick Cannon, I know you don't really keep up with the celebrity gossip and all that stuff. Right. But he went on somebody's little podcast and was talking about it's a lot of females that have body odor and stuff like that, and they don't just take care of their feminine area and stuff like that. But he got dang near 10 kids. I don't know what happened after Mariah, because it's like he lost all his mind, but allegedly. But all these other females that you've been talking to, how is it 80% of women have a body odor? Like,
well,
so when you were a man, you didn't smell it before you got there?
But see, this is the thing. There's a difference between bad body odor and just body odor.
Okay.
So technically, he probably saved himself but still hurt himself at the same time, because in all honesty, it's kind of like being little and you go to a certain family member house and that house has a certain smell to it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, maybe I'm not saying this is what he was insinuating because who, you know.
This is some shit you just don't even say.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have left that where it was, you know what I mean? Bug. So maybe that's where he was going with it because everybody does hold their own body odor. That don't mean you stink. But
Yeah, he didn't say that in a good way, babe.
Yeah.
Like it was just was like a feminine hygiene error, like some, I don't know.
yeah, see,
But I can't even make that make sense.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I won't even try to make it make sense, but you know, somebody that wants to be technical about the situation could, you know, actually agree to that, just to give they polar brain cells the benefit of the doubt. But with saying it like that, if he was insinuating that 80% of kitties have a smell to it.
And then I think if you want to like give him the benefit of the doubt, because Nick Cannon to me used to be like real intelligent and not like like that.
He's still like that.
But big different. But anyway,
He lost it upstairs. It's just
no, I don't think he's crazy. You know, Kevin A says stuff to me that makes sense, and some stuff he say, I just be like, what?
yeah.
And when you listen to his point of view, like I'm here for everybody's point of view of certain things.
Right.
It makes sense still.
Right.
Like if you sit here and listen to certain people, don't just automatically be like, bro, nah, that don't make no sense. He didn't come back from that though, babe.
Yeah, I mean, he probably couldn't come back.
And matter of fact, the women on a show or whatever, because I think it was Angela Lip Service, I think they was over here like, well, mine don't stink, so I can't relate. Like, bro, you don't know if somebody's pH is off, any of that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, 80% of women that you talking to, so
but
what?
You don't have no problem finding the other 20% because they almost had 20 kids. I'm just saying.
I guess, bro.
I'm just saying. He would be one to know because he's had a lot of mood shoes.
So, what was you gonna say about it? From a man's point of view, if he was playing devil's advocate, and with women in their body otus,
I would just think Big Bro, in all honesty, probably meant it in the terms of a body odor in general, instead of body odor like 80% of women kitties
Pussy stink.
smell like wet rain.
yeah,
I would just
like a wet dog.
Assuming, I kind of don't know Nick, but at the same time,
Grew up watching Nick, and he don't really have like.
And most of the
Good
stuff he
sense.
has talked about when it comes down to sense, it makes sense. Like that really would make sense to me had you been like, 80%, and I wouldn't even put women on it. I would have put 80% of the human population has a body odor. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I would have said that because that's why certain people can wear certain colognes and certain people can't. Certain people can wear perfume.
But I didn't hear it in a way of like, 80% of women has their own unique body odor. None of that.
Nah.
Because see, when you go to the cologne and perfume, I like cologne and perfume. Yeah. So everybody chemistry and oils do mix up and do be different. But yeah, he didn't say it like that.
Yeah, see, you know what? Then, on the other hand, if I took the benefit of the doubt back, maybe that night he had just got curved by somebody and was like, shit, that why it was. You never know. I'm just saying. But this is Nick, though. So in order for me to make a controversial statement and let you be the judge and let you assume to make an ass out of yourself, I'm going to just say it like this. I didn't give no direction to it. I gave one, but you have to find it. So that's Nick. He's still outthinking the outthinkers. You know what I mean? Still in the midst of still trying to be funny. Because whoever bad yah he was talking about immediately cut the TV off. Because they was pissed off about it. Which left the world to wonder who was scratch and sniff. That's Nick. He threw a big ass alley-oop and just waiting on somebody to dunk themselves. Kind of like, if we can roll into it, kind of like Beyoncé and Kelis.
I don't go. I don't talk about it right now. So you done with that?
Yeah, I'm done with it.
All right, y'all. So this is Genatew. I don't know. I think it's spelled Tew or Taw. I don't know. But her first name is Gina. This is I think she was an Instagram model, an actress, and had an OnlyFans. But this girl is either 25 or 27. I don't have a lot of research on her because she's a celebrity based on like the information that came out. So I ain't even gonna sit here and try to make fun of her or the situation because I feel like it could be going on with anybody.
Yeah.
What?
I just said all fucked up. And I was like, yeah.
She a person that's supposed to be linked to Nick Cannon, Chris Brown, and Chief Keef. Oh, whatever. It came after she had full-blown AIDS. She had it for like 8 to 10 years and didn't even know that she had full-blown AIDS. She was talking about it and she was basically saying how she thinks she, when the doctors say that, because she's nothing but like 25, 27. One of those. And the doctor said they believe she had between 8 to 10 years, but I guess it was like an dormant in her system. She was saying how she was scared to go to the doctor and get tested and stuff like that, and she kept putting it off. Well, she got sick enough where she could barely walk and can barely move and stuff like that. Her T cell count, and if y'all don't know nothing about the T cells, I think it's your white T cells or just T cells in general, I don't remember. But that's what fights off infection. So your T cell count's supposed to be in the 200 somewhere in there. I'm not a doctor. All of this stuff is alleged. But anyway, she said that hers was at like a 12 when she finally did get there. So if your stuff supposed to be at like 200 and something and it's at a 12 now, like, you dang near out of there. Like, and she said that she was, kept getting sick. But the telltale signs when she kept feeling like she had the flu or whatever. But it makes sense because if you have a virus that's attacking your immune system, to me, that's what HIV and AIDS is. Now, what I want to sit here and say is HIV and AIDS are two totally separate they're two totally separate things. You get AIDS after HIV. AIDS is like you have no immune system at all, kind of like when she went in there. AIDS is like what EZ had or whatever and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't know, or a lot of people don't educate themselves. They just sit here and judge themselves. I had wanted to go with her first because with this Nick Cannon stuff, because she's supposed to have been leaked to Nick Cannon and these other people. But let me go ahead and break down HIV. HIV, I feel like I'm having sex ed class, but HIV means that you have a virus that's attacking your immune system. When it turns into AIDS, is almost a wrap, in all honesty, y'all. But HIV, you can still take medicine to kind of help boost your immune system to fight off the HIV infection. But when it turns into AIDS, a lot of people have diarrhea, they get real sick. It's real messed up, and I have my own theory of how HIV/AIDS got here. But like I said, it's two different things. Some people with HIV can take their medicine. Look at Magic Johnson. You can take your medicine and you can live a normal life and stuff like that. But when you wait so long to detect this stuff or go get tested, it's almost too late. I'm not gonna say it's too late for her to like recover from it, because I don't want to speak ill on nobody, because like that's a disease that like don't nobody want, and it's real. What irritates me about the disease or about the whole situation, it's a lot of people like her. She was scared to go get tested, and a lot of people don't go get tested at all. You're supposed to at least get tested once a year. She's a prime example that this stuff is still out here and it's still killing people. So I don't understand why people be playing hop, hop, skip, go lucky with penis, ping pong with the meat, and when somebody itching, don't nobody know where it came from. Nobody gonna get checked. But it turns into AIDS when your immune system or your T cell count is where her T cell count. So HIV and AIDS is just two totally separate, different entities. Another thing that I was going to talk about before I got off of her is these women that be getting flued out and stuff like that. But you got any commentary with this? Because I don't want to just go straight to these flued out people. I'm going to say Queen Bee to the end, because I got a lot of thoughts and feelings on that. So,
I mean,
Oh wait, and I forgot y'all. She could not. I think still to this day, she cannot get up and actually walk, and people are looking at her laughing. But this girl is like 25 to 27, and I didn't put the video up because it's really sad. Like it's a real sad video because she needs a walker and she can't even stand up and take like 2 or 3 steps because she don't have enough energy, and then she still don't even have enough like muscle anything to walk. As you see from the picture, she was already skinny, small, and petite to begin with. So I couldn't sit here and watch her in a diaper with a walker and move. And I am glad that she had the courage to come out and speak about it, because most people, like, that's a lot to sit here and tell a world that you have HIV or that you have AIDS, because you just know they're gonna judge you all kinds of messed up. Like it ain't somebody. I know everybody knows somebody in their family or friend that has HIV. So, and everybody know how it spreads.
It's really.
Oh wait. And she said she had the R word done to her a couple of times. So she could have got this from somebody that just was for real sick and didn't care and feel like they didn't have nothing else to lose. All right, I just trying to remember all the topic.
Well, I mean, it's really fucked up and sad. You know what I mean? Just along the lines of like you young. You know what I mean? And I know nobody's immune to life and what life will throw at you. But then, like, and by the time you get to the point where you actually have no choice but to figure out what's going on, it's this. You know what I mean? So that, I mean, yeah. All right, we can go to something else. I mean, that ain't even, I don't even know what to say about it.
Yeah, I just brought it back because she was supposed to be linked to Nick Cannon and stuff like that, and they was like using it, but it's still to me a topic that the community need to hear about and educate themselves, because a lot of people just look at it like, oh well, type stuff, or well, if she wasn't doing this and wasn't doing that, she wouldn't have this problem. But she literally sat here on multiple talk shows actually saying that she was like something forcefully happened to her. So I mean, you just can't judge people because you know everybody have a story and everybody have a testimony. So you can't sit here and say, I feel like you can't sit here and be like, well, that's what she did, or she was going with this person, that person, so oh well, like this is still somebody's life. Like, I know society don't really care about it, but in real actuality, this is somebody's life.
Yeah, shit crazy.
All right. So speaking of that, and speaking of the stuff that happened with her, I'm gonna go ahead and go on to this whole the fluid out community that we was talking about, babe. We gotta lighten the mood back up. There's a girl that got fluid out from Indiana to, I think, California or Florida. I don't know. She didn't want to give the dude no, cookie. So he dropped her back off to the airport, right? Because she wasn't trying to, throw it in a circle for him. And allegedly, from what the dude said, he was like, we had been talking for months. I flew her out here. I got her a ticket the last minute. That ticket was like $600-700. We've been talking, FaceTiming for months, and this, that, and the third. And what else did he say? Oh, what's up, Anissa? My bad. I didn't even see her in here.
I've been talking to her.
I didn't know that. I really thought we was just, going on with the show. But she got flued out, or dude was saying that, and that's the words that they use. Carisha actually messed it up, and now instead of it, I got flued out, it's I got flued out. So I actually do know how to say the word correctly. But the dude was like, we went out to eat. I think he took her shopping, or they went out to eat, and it was like just kicking and chilling. And they had been FaceTiming and talking like for months, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, babe, you kind of know some of my whole little thing with that. She didn't want to get a Cookie Monster up, the little Hello Kitty up. Okay, it was a Hello Fresh. You couldn't just deliver that, Hello Kitty to them like that. You don't do that. My thing is, and to me, sis, what did you think it was gonna be? Like, seriously. But you spend dang near $5,000 on somebody, like before we was married, like before any of that stuff. You gonna spend $5,000 on a female. You been talking to the female for months, and when you finally do see her, and y'all get out.
Why you gotta choose me? Because I'm wrong.
I'm just saying, cause to me, what you mean you ain't finna bust it open? And I ain't even no nigga, and I know that. And then on top of that, y'all, she came with no money. That's hologically 101. Like everybody know, man, you need to at least take you enough money to get back, just in case you're tripping. You at least got something in your pocket to come back. Nah, who didn't teach you whole etiquette? Like that's just common sense. Go ahead, bud.
Well, first of all, kudos.
Anissa laughing.
Kudos to the
I know she ain't.
Who took you back to the airport. Let me give him his credit where credit is due, because it is very much due. Okay? And this flew out, chewed out community. First of all, number one, I don't have too many receipts of y'all conversations, but in months of talking, to the point where everybody was, he was willing at the last minute to drop this bread to get you out there. At some point in time, I feel like y'all may have crossed into the bedroom boundaries of conversation, so maybe he had an expectation. But if not, okay? But if not, if you come out here and you're not giving me no cookies, and we on this little shopping spree, dinner spree, Arthur spree, listen, if you get back to the airport in one piece, not saying I would do nothing to you, but you're not from my city, I could drop you off anywhere. Not saying I would, I'm just putting myself in his shoes. He at least took you back to the airport. At that point in time, your flued out friends should have flew you back home. Somebody, somebody, somewhere where you from, you could have caught a Greyhound if you didn't want to fly. See, the problem was you might have been...
She didn't have no money for no Greyhound. You got a Dior bag with no money in it. You don't even got the bag in your bag.
Problem is that you came out here like Creon said.
I'm just saying, but I'm just giving you details.
Sound like you came out here feeling yourself and was landed in somebody else's place. Hey, how you doing? All that shit. And you might have started being a little jazzy by the mouth. This is 2022 people we talking about. People don't know how to talk to people. I would have dropped you off at the airport too. I might have dropped you off a block or two from the airport to see how good you move. How to make sure you got there. Because if that was not the topic of conversation, dude is in the wrong. You cannot forcefully put anybody in a position to break it off for you, which is how she ended up back at the airport. My question is, did she get home? If she got home, she gave that cookie up to get there. She gave it up to somebody to get there, or gave it up to somebody when she got back home. You never know what transpired on the ground, but if this is the same Instagram video or live little snippet I seen on Facebook before with like 2.1 million some views on it, when the girl was sitting in the passenger seat on the phone, a little light-skinned looking type of chick.
No.
It was, I seen a video about it and it said something about she mad because she putting her out or something like that.
It's been a few videos out. Like, it's almost like that's trending.
That must be the move. That's the new challenge. That's the new fluid out challenge. I'm gonna fly out here and see if I can get everything I can out of them without giving them something, and y'all are seeing the results. Whose fault is it? What Wayne Brady say? Whose line is it anyway? What in the hell? Okay, listen. This is what I don't like. Let me be real with y'all. Because this is what I don't like about this whole shit. Whether it's, I had to pick my mic up. Whether this is all jokes or whether I'm giving my honest opinion, the real shit is women be careful with that shit. Because a lot of y'all are making lives. A lot of y'all are making videos like this. How many of your friends is following suit and you ain't heard from them yet? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a bigger picture. Y'all flying out in danger. I don't even want to fly from my house to the gas station. I could get shot by the police for looking like somebody. And y'all know that people that's coming on a mission with their organs stowed everywhere your way, and y'all still flying out for some dick that's probably as lame as the dick of next door neighbor. You better get you some local dick and sit down. It might be broke, but you'll live to breathe another day. You might not be able to walk around too good if you catch the right type of dude, but then you'll be alive. Think about what you're saying. You're gonna fly to a whole nother state, no friends, no. At least fly to one of your family states where you can go to your auntie's house and explain to her, "Hey, auntie, I know I ain't seen you in a while, but I mean, hey, girl, how you get out here? Well, embarrass yourself over there around a family member. Y'all value yourself a little more than flying out to these strange ass places, cause you're gonna land in a football team and you ain't gonna like the results. I'm just trying to tell y'all, it's too many people going missing in their own state, in their own city, and in their own damn neighborhood. Like, we have people literally who have been snatched at the fucking Walmart down the street from their house in their own neighborhood. Why the hell is y'all flying out for $1? Not, I ain't saying, I heard some of the dollars y'all get thrown. It might make me want to think about a flight, but when I think about life in that flight, what if this motherfucker ain't, y'all seen Catfish, right?
Yep.
Fuck around and fly out and show up in a 300-pound man come to pick you up because his cousin been gaming you that. He still ain't gonna get nothing from you, but his cousin might have all kind of plans because guess what? Your disappearance gonna tie to this 300-pound man who's stressed out with life anyway. Stop playing them games with yourself for $1, man. You know, Instagram, you bad enough to be flew out, you bad enough to be a model. And if you modeling and you that bad, you should be bad enough to keep getting that check regardless. Don't put yourself at harm's way for no shit like that. That's just me being real. I had to cut the jokes and shit talking out, but this is what I do over here. I'm unlocked, so y'all can get all of that. You deserve to be dropped back off at the airport. It might have been the safest thing for you. That nigga that you was with might have bent the corner and got the cock shot up. You never know. Think about all kinds of outcomes. Hell, you could have been in the trunk, in the car at the airport. So I mean, think a little different than that, and get your money, get boo-boo, get 20% in advance. You know if he real, then what if this nigga was broke and just flew you out there and he ain't had no money? Now both of y'all sitting at the airport because this tank gonna eat gas is $9 a gallon. The hell you mean you riding around with this man eating dinner? The trip to the airport to get you alone was $1,000. And I know you ate a steak, cause boo, why the fly here for no McDonald's? We got McDonald's that way, yeah.
That showed what the fuck he said too. On his video, he showed that's exactly what he said. She was like, "Well, I don't eat that type of stuff. I eat this type of stuff." He got like, "Oh, okay." I took her to an expensive restaurant, and she didn't want to bark it down. And it's like, so I kind of can get where you headed there with it, but I want to say this part because it's the last thing I'm saying.
I'm not done being funny because I'm just gonna say the airport is an expensive place to eat, so she must not have been flying here lately anyway. She was a new fly out.
So, at what point does it or does it not be considered like the R word? Because if I gotta sit here and bust it down for you to pay for me a flight to go back home, how is that not the R word? Not saying she don't. I feel like you should have known before coming, so that's why I feel like it ain't for me, but...
Yeah, but see, that is not right on either party. It's not right to forcefully put her in that position, and it's not right for her to be there to be put in any other positions other than the one she was already in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about
it. But at the very same time, the way we live and where we live and how people think where we live, he is going to still be ultimately at fault, right?
Mm-hmm.
But accountability is a two-way street in this scenario. It's not right, but if you want to be technically, legally, lawfully honest, neither is prostitution. So if you flew out there to bust it down and he beat you and took it from you and still had you fly back for the freezing, you just committed prostitution and you traveled with it.
So that's a felony already.
And he took something from you, so both of y'all still should go sit down somewhere and stop playing these games. All they need to do is make an example out of one of you flew out and chew outs, and one of you buy out and bring outs, and it'll never happen. But I'm telling you, bottom line, don't put yourself in no position, because I listen, I'm not even a female, but if a female put me in a position like that, I'm gonna have to give up the meat to get home. I am. Now what's coming behind that is gonna be really bad for that person. Because I'm going to remember. And I'm going to keep talking to her. And then when I show up again, without being flew out, she going to know that she had the right meat, baby. Because it's going down in the DM. But everybody ain't built like that. Stop putting yourself in position, because who is going to die instead of give up some money? Nobody. But nowadays, you don't know if they're going to take it from you and still kill you. Don't do it. You might give him something he never had before. He might want to share it around. You might be in the bedroom, strapped up, with your hands handcuffed to your ankles for 2 weeks, and people just randomly walking in there on you. Don't do yourself like that. Law and order SVU is real out here. And then when it happens, it's going to be a story on the news. It's going to be a march of flu outs and all of you. Don't save yourself all of that. Because all they doing is going to be marching for you, so that when it happens to them, somebody will have they back. Don't be that mortar, okay? Don't be that person. You don't know. But you know what? I drove trucks for 18 years. There's some of them states and cities I had to go deliver to that I didn't even want to go in, because I didn't know what the hell was out there. I would have to pull over at a truck stop and Google what's going on around me before I went up in certain places. Because there's some places out here that don't want people out here that look like me in them. And I would have to go deliver to them, and I need to know how to maneuver and get the hell back out of there. If it was a nighttime delivery, I got sick. I delivered in the morning, first thing. Or I would just be bluntly honest. They don't like people my color in there after dark.
Kind of like that.
So I'm going to have to go ahead and deliver that in the morning when the sun comes up. Then I got bold and started protecting myself, so I didn't matter. You knock on this truck, I promise I'm going to knock on your door. And we all going to go that way. Needless to say, stop putting yourself in positions and then blaming other people for the positions that you put yourself in. That is adult 101. Has nothing to do with who you are, how you look, none of that. Make adult decisions. That's something I expect from a runaway teenager. End of story.
All right, y'all. So we finally saved the best for last. Let me take this off.
Yeah, calm down.
So it wouldn't have been a proper way to come back to Aquarius Unlocked if we didn't talk about Beyoncé and Kelis, this whole little internet drama. First off, I want to start with the album. The album is banging. If you don't like the album, it's like a positive, upbeat, clean your house type album to me. I really feel like she did it for the girls, but hey. And it's been a lot of people talking about they tired of hearing Beyonce with her and her pro-black. They didn't want to hear no more pro-black music from her, so they glad that she came out with a dance album.
Can I drop a comment and then you keep going?
Go ahead.
How y'all know them dances ain't rituals? How y'all know them dances ain't all black history dances?
It's Beyonce.
How y'all know they ain't choreographed from the motherland? Y'all better shut up and sit down somewhere. Shout out to my god sister. Oh shoot.
Anissa said she better hear you.
The buffoonery. Somebody cut my mic up. DJ 1, 2. I don't know what happened to this. I was all good.
Yeah, you was straight earlier, but I see what you're talking about.
Oh man. But, you know, y'all gotta understand. B gonna do what B gonna do. And most of the time it's not that weird stuff people wanna place on it. It's all history from the motherland. And people just think it's evil because they've been brainwashed. But I'm gonna leave it alone. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Now we can get into it, because I ain't said nothing about it yet.
It's still on.
It's still on?
Cause
Anissa said the song she heard is trash. She said, she like, Beyonce needs to retire. She keep this shit up.
I ain't got that coming yet with that one.
Yeah, see, I'm getting it plugged in over here. I get it fast.
I know y'all better go to bed.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police.
Like, they're just gonna ease their way down here like it ain't even 1 o'clock in the morning.
They tried to sneak in on the live one time. But real talk though, shout out to
Yeah,
the
your
whole,
mic's still low.
Shout out to the whole thing. Damn, what's going on with my mic? Get involved, man. I ain't touching nothing. So I don't
Move
know.
it up a little bit. Or the Bluetooth up or something.
I don't know. Is it about as loud as I'm gonna be able to get it before it just start busting people's eardrums?
Until it's actually, yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to have it up in the red like that, but if that's where it needs to be, cause I don't know. It had been good all night. Maybe we talking about the queen and it just was like, you know what? Silence.
I don't got nothing negative to say about that.
Me neither. I'm jumping with the energy right now. You know what I mean? Mother bad trip. Go ahead. Go ahead. I think it's back normal though. Cause my levels are high, way higher than yours. Let me just tweak yours too. Now, we both ought to be up a little bit. I don't think you needed it though.
Yeah, it is low.
Still?
Yeah. I don't know.
What in the flying Egyptian princess? I don't know. Cause I don't even want to touch nothing.
That's crazy.
But let me just lay you back.
Let me put the queen up here, y'all.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So look at that, just greatness. I should have did a whole full screen, but okay.
You know what I mean? I don't have to pick the mic up.
So I'm gonna tell y'all how petty Beyonce is, y'all.
Petty.
So I said something about them not wanting the who is this? The Black Pride stuff.
Yeah.
I liked her album. Anissa said it was trash.
Garbage. She just say B need to retire. She don't keep it up. Well, it is the year of dance, so maybe that's why this one is a little different to us.
All right. So I really didn't have no absolute reason why I chose this picture to put on here. But since we started with her, I just decided to give her a full screen.
Can I guess what it is first?
What?
Is it the horse on the album cover?
It's look at the whole picture though. It's just greatness.
I don't see it.
Yeah, the horse on the album cover. I thought you was trying to be funny, like.
Now I see it. Now I see it. See, look, I know it was alike. Yeah, that's Beyonce. Hello. Anissa say I love her, but that album is not it for me.
Like she like how I be about Kevin Gates. Like I like Kevin Gates too, but some shit he be saying, I be like, nigga, what?
All of it. Except for this new Drake album, I know he,
And that's the person dance thing that don't need to be out here.
Drake need to redo that one. But back to the Queen though.
So it took Beyonce 3 years to make her album.
Mm-hmm.
People had stuff to say about that. Mm-hmm. Now that I got Kelis up here, so
I couldn't just soak up another moment of Beyonce before we put Kelis up here. Did you find a good picture of Kelis?
There is a good picture of Kelis.
It's a good picture of Kelis. Cause I ain't seen Kelis since I was Milkshake was doing stuff, and I'm pretty sure.
Let me go see if I can find one.
But no hate, no shade. I'm just saying times have changed. It still hadn't came up yet, but I knew this was the picture you was gonna show. We so much alike.
Why?
Cause I just envisioned that this was gonna be the picture, or either that one where she was in all that gold.
Who?
Beyonce.
I got
Kelis.
this in my Rolodex.
Beyonce's still up here on mine. So that's why when I asked you could I make a bet, and you was like, oh yeah, okay. Wow.
It showed up now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Miss bringing Milkshake to the yard. That was on the internet, mad, talking about Beyonce sampled her song and she didn't ask her for her consent. Ma'am, you don't own your masters.
See.
And I'm not even in entertainment, and I know that. She was mad because Beyonce didn't give her a call. It was all of 3 seconds of a whatever sample. Mm-hmm. Beyonce don't just go. We're talking about Beyonce. Mm-hmm. Giselle knows Carter. She's not going to sit here and put out some shit that's not been like.
Thoroughly went through.
Cause come on now, who want to have that backlash or that type of whatchamacallit stuff on there? But not only that, my nigga, they're talking about the energy song compared to Kelis Milkshake. Now don't get me wrong, yeah, I understand people really want to get that accreditation, but what accreditation when you don't even own it? You just sung on it, nigga. That's like me letting you borrow my goddamn car. It ain't your car, it's my car.
Yeah.
It's the label car. What you talking about?
Yeah.
It ain't nobody's fault that for real. For real, and whoever else messed with you to the point where you don't even own your own masters. You don't own your stuff. You like a person that's running an apartment. You still don't own this. So somebody else could come in here and tell you what they can and can't do. What I don't understand is why did you have all this smoke for Beyonce and not your label? Why did you think that Beyonce was going to call you?
But this my question. Did you, or do we know if you hit B first before you hit the
No,
meeting?
she didn't.
Or did you run to the meeting?
She ran to the internet.
That's where you messed up at. You gotta do grown folks things. You supposed to read it. Look at y'all. Y'all, this the sisterhood right here. You supposed to reach
And she talked about that too. Talk about something. She be out here talking about women empowerment, but I actually do women empowerment in real life.
I mean, now
Kelis, I haven't thought about or heard of a Kelis other than Nas, nigga, and Milkshake. And I was a kid when that came out.
She probably got some shit popping, but see, this is where you should have.
She's cooking on her channel or whatever the fuck she do on YouTube. Continue doing that.
But this is where you should have exercised what you do every day and reached out to your sister and said, "Hey, B, I noticed this. Why you didn't do that?" A lot of people get a lot of shit fucked up. A lot of shit ain't supposed to come here first. A lot of shit supposed to go here first, and if we can't agree to it, then I might retaliate and put it out here because I reached out to you and this is what you said.
Well, she feel
I
like
can't bark at you through social media because that by the time.
But you gonna bark at what and say what?
But you still bark and see people always like to bark about something. That could have been a conversation, and then B would have told you, well, I mean, I hollered at this person. They said you did this. Sis, you need to check them about that. What? I ain't even know you didn't know. Yeah,
Well, it was 3 seconds, and if you listen to Milkshake and Energy, they sound nothing alike.
But you don't know what B probably could have pulled for you for those 3 seconds had you reached out.
You want to know what she could have pulled from her? Them whack ass 3 seconds off her motherfucking album, and she pulled them credits less than 24 hours.
I believe that.
Expeditiously, nigga.
That's why I'm saying you could
The
have
hell?
had that conversation with B.
And y'all could have probably collabed.
B being who she is, she could have brushed a little bit of dust off of you, put you back out there, and gave you some shit that you had ownership to. That's empowerment. Empowerment ain't getting on social media barking at a motherfucker that you know ain't even on earth to hear that bark. Cause you already got you got a following true enough from back then, and you got a following of people that know what you do now, but you're not on the B status. You should have knew that if you woke up and had a problem, you should have contacted the contact, or you should have contacted your contacts before going through your contacts, if you get what I'm saying. You feel me? Because B could have played that in a whole different light where it worked out for you to where you might have owned some of the stuff you already did.
And you could have reached out for a collaboration, because if you like my stuff so much, to sample it, let's work together.
B could have went and bought your whole, whatever they call it, portfolio. And been like, girl, you know what? They did you wrong for all this time. I'm gonna buy it all from them because they ain't gonna say no to me, and I'm gonna give it all back to you. And rebirth you right then and there, because this to me this some Will Smith and Chris Rock shit.
She said, Anissa said exactly what I was thinking. She just wants some attention.
Yeah. You
who the fuck is
you
she?
tried to go down there and Will Smith Beyonce.
And she did what she do everybody.
Just like Chris Rock did Will Smith.
Now Chris Rock at least came out and said that he not ready for that. Beyonce politely didn't say an absolute motherfucking thing.
But what I'm saying is the reaction time to the word, everybody was like, what B gonna say, what B gonna say? Just like they were doing with Chris. And Chris, he didn't respond when y'all wanted him to. He was like, you know, I want to get to it when I get ready. B was like, I already been ready. Get it, control, alt, delete. What I said in my status, control, alt, delete. Control, alt, delete, task manager. Click, 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 click. Okay.
Carry on.
Send out the edited album, please. Beyonce stopped the whole factory. Don't y'all print out another CD before y'all. And those who have bought that can get your money back. I will send you an edited version without her name on it.
Her name was never on it. Because she don't own it. It was Pharrell and whoever else.
And
Without her, 3 seconds of vocal sampling or something? I don't even know. But Beyonce, when you look at the people that she credited, Beyonce really didn't write this album. Because she had a lot of people that worked on it. And I think that's why it's so all over the place. But it's like an album that you have to be in the mood to like clean up and stuff like that and do stuff with.
That's the best way to stay protected though, sis. Sis say, be kind of antisocial. Seriously, her circle small for her to be so big. That's probably why she just been
thugging it out.
Yeah, that's probably why she moved like she do on the cool. Cause I swear to God, I wouldn't bullshit. Let me be in that status. Our friends. Well, we're gonna have a few, and we're gonna have a few frenemies that will have know how everybody coming. But my circle, yeah. But I like the way she handled that though. She didn't come out in public and say, well, first of all, she didn't.
Beyonce don't never do that shit.
She didn't do what I would expect somebody like a Cardi B or a Nicki Minaj, somebody who wants to smoke because they really still better than you musically. They gonna come out and say what they gonna say, and then they gonna drop a song about it, and then you really gonna look cuckoo because that song gonna be number 1 on the charts. Be with like I'm already number 1 in the world, so I'll just yeah. So not only did Kelis end up falling, the Neptunes end up falling too, right?
I don't know who.
It's
Babe, I don't know what the fuck Pharrell or whatever the boy name is. He another motherfucker that's who?
Different. Yeah, Pharrell popping though. Pharrell is the reason a lot of artists.
I mean, I didn't say that he wasn't popping. What I'm saying is Pharrell is still a who type of nigga. When I go listen to music or go look for music or who produces, I don't think of Pharrell because I can't really give a fuck about Pharrell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I never really liked Pharrell.
Yeah, the motherfucking beats was sick.
That's about it. But hell, you can do that shit on a fucking Apple computer.
Yeah, just like you can get these 3 seconds erased on an Apple computer. Because I'm pretty sure you got the new chip used on you.
Can I keep going now?
Yes, please.
So, another thing that Kelis was saying is Beyonce is a demon. She's a devil. And, you know, she got everybody fooled with this demon and a devil worshiper. Kelis, I guess the only time that you've been to Africa was when Nas was on Belly and going to Africa. I don't know what the fuck. But Beyonce is like a sister because her mom is like Oshun. So that means she's like in the Ifa religion. But I guess you over here in the United States, so you wouldn't know that. I don't know how you have all this access to stuff and you don't know that. Never mind. She can't be in a religion but be a demon. See, it's always the people in America that believe in this white Jesus and will understand African traditions and stuff like that. One thing I have always wondered, and this gonna offend some people, but y'all know I don't care because we unlocked over here. Why in the hell with people that sat here and enslaved us for so long give us something that's going to help us? They built jails to put us in because they couldn't enslave us no more, so they just figured out a different way to remix it and rewind it. And now y'all give me this King James Bible to read. Why you want to help me now? Because y'all still, because the South, we didn't get free till years later. So why would you give me something that's going to help me now? Oh, y'all did this so they could continuously brainwash the fuck out of people. Okay. So back to Oshun and Beyonce being a demon. Allegedly. You might think that when you don't understand like voodoo, hoodoo, or any of that other type of stuff that's in this Caribbeans and islands and stuff like that, because I mean Texas, Louisiana, I just make it. The math is not math in Kelis. Maybe if you actually figure it out who your ancestors was, but you know what? they probably wouldn't claim your head because you probably your husband look like he not of African descent, so he probably injected enough of some other stuff in you where you might not even get claimed by that religion. So I guess that's why you would never know. Have fun with it. What do you think about her calling her a demon?
Me personally, I think anybody who has ever thought of her as a demon probably were a little lost with real life religious history, not just the history of religion, but the timeline of religion as well. And you know, I hear that a lot, but I normally hear a lot of people talk about a lot of religions when they fear them and don't know how they operate, or when they fear them and they're different from what they were raised up as, a child thinking and talking about.
He probably died now, but that still don't mean he had diarrhea to your mouth and come up with assumptions about people. Over a 3 second.
He showed the fuck ain't talking about nobody.
Over a 3 second sample.
Yeah, I was gonna say he damn sure ain't talking about nobody. Damn it.
The pictures I seen hold some dude looked like he was white. So.
But that's pretty much most of the time when you can pinpoint people that are judging somebody else because their belief is not theirs. Most of the time is because they have no knowledge of it, or they're dead set in what they believe in, or they have no knowledge of anything else to believe in, or they're just a hater. But either way, that's going to be a constant thing that gets brought up by me, because to me, nobody understands why anybody hasn't came for her and been successful. And when you...
Oh, no, some people do actually understand.
But when you think...
Because they understand her religion.
But when you think about it, B ain't out here coming for everybody. So there's really only people coming at her. They appear to be haters because B ain't out here jumping down everybody's everything. You don't hear this, and this, that when it comes to her. She in her own world, she making music, she enjoying her life. Now she will step at you and say a lot of slick shit when you bring it to the forefront, but she normally is making music and enjoying her life. So people like that, untouched and unbothered by the normal minds of America, of course they're gonna see them the first way. You don't know how to knock them off their pit. Probably can't. It's probably anchoring for something you never know nothing about.
You will wait till I want to take a bite of my snack and say something. And this is the last topic, then we can get up out of here.
This another one?
Well, it's still on Beyonce. So, another thing that has to come off Beyonce album is the word spaz, because it's a derogatory slur against people with disabilities. What disability?
Now, I will tell you, I will address that right now immediately, because I know for sure why they brought that up. And they brought that up.
What disability?
Why they brought that up is because people that have like Tourette's and people that have those other disabilities, not just blurting stuff out, but when they actually be like throwing fists and going through.
I don't think they call them outbursts.
Nope. Everybody used to be like, dude was spazzing. Man, dude was spazzing. And so I can understand that, but I think that's still an overreach. Because I've been saying spazzing all my life, because I'm an A.I.D.S. baby, and that's what we used to do.
That's just like saying somebody spazzed on a beat. It don't mean that it's crazy, or it don't mean that it's messed up, but like it's a lot of times it's like a compliment, like, ooh, he over there spaz. What?
Yeah, that probably was a compliment like last year. But this year, in the new age of the universe, they picking words out of everywhere and saying that they are fucked up. But spazzing in my history of 80s was good. Spazzing was a universal word, really, because you could, ooh, that boy on the court, he spazzed on them boy, that nigga hit like 20 points. Okay, and then you got people that was over there whooping somebody's ass, like, damn, dude just spazzed out to beat dude's ass. So,
right? I
Then you have the mental health part of it, and I have heard people that were in close quarters with me, so to say, be labeled as spazzing, and that's how they were able to be placed in those close quarters. So I can get it, but it's still an overreach because everybody now wants to pick apart something. Why they ain't talking? Everybody want to talk about something.
But you really had to tell. I didn't even know that it was like, okay, you know, we both had kids with autism. When they get to tripping, they call it a meltdown. I have never heard anyone, urban, white, Mexican, Chinese, I have never heard no one be like a meltdown of something else. But spazzing or spaz,
Yeah.
I mean, she just took it off her album, but that's just something that I think normal, everyday people wouldn't even think is a thing that's offending somebody. Because I still don't know the demographic people with these what disabilities is this like pertaining to, like, in all honesty, because I don't know. And like Anissa said, I'm so tired of them steady coming out with like it's this with a new word or way that everyday words is now offensive.
Yeah. I mean.
And then it's people that's like, well, it's really not that big or big of a deal. Just you just need to expand your vocabulary, bro. That's like if I say bro to you, and you a dude. Okay. Now when my kids sit here and call me bro, I be ready to punch his motherfucking teeth down his throat. Like, it's a difference because you don't even have respect. But it's not like I just have, like, I was this days old when I realized that spaz could actually offend someone. But then it's like you have to go do education and figure out what disability or what group of people could you actually be offended and not fucking know it. But on top of that, it had to be a whole Karen that sat here and brought this up to the attention and made a big deal about it for it to go over.
I bet you $1,000 it wasn't a
And
Karen.
I'm telling you, it was Karen.
I bet you $1,000 it didn't originate from there. It probably got said and got up to a Karen, but I guarantee you that started right here in our local community of haters. But the thing about it is, that was the perfect approach for this day and time to try to take a stab at her, because everybody right now is playing in on some kind of mental health, whether it be a good play in or a bad play in, right? So, if you claim something and tag it to something, first of all, I want to know, how can you claim a word that's been used since the 1970s and tag it to something else? And then it be so official that I unbotheredly, that's my word for today, unbotheredly, just delete it off. That's all. Like, I didn't even make noise about that. I got came for it twice within 2 hours of dropping my album. And all I did was delete everything off of those two. All right. And my album's still rocking. So, like I said, you got to be real careful how you approach the throne, because sometimes the throne don't move. It just shifts a little. And you know how they do the bull rider. The bull come, he go, oh, and the bull run right behind.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how she do. Because you might not want to see her feathers ruffled up, in all honesty. So, it's just one of those things where we used to be shit in the 80s. Man, bro, stop playing with me, man. That's gay, bro. That's gay. Now you can't do that. You do that now, and your whole life is canceled. So it's not really. What up, Crystal? What's happening?
I showed this in the comment. What's up, Crystal?
It's not one of those things where it's cool, because a lot of what we have been used to saying, a lot of what we've been used to doing, a lot of what we've been used to wearing, everything is changing for the stupid, but it only changes when it's beneficial to a certain brand, type, or color of people. And that's horrible. That's a horrible place to be, because that means you could literally wake up tomorrow and everything about life, from what you talk about, what you
Nigga, you
eat.
can wake up tomorrow and be canceled like a motherfucker. Ain't no cancel for something 10, 15 years ago.
You can wake up tomorrow and literally somebody can say, we're not selling any more pigs. The pigs are no longer to be eaten because we found that they are. And whatever you eat from a pig, at least I know you don't, but I'm just saying, whatever meat, whatever vegetables, whatever, you can wake up tomorrow and that shit literally be wiped off the market because Timmy over here put a microscope on it and found one thing and it's no longer there. While meanwhile, over here,
But goddamn, I was eating.
shit, I'm just saying, while meanwhile over here, Skittles, with this dye in it that's causing cancer, you know how many Skittles everybody in the world done ate? Listen, if y'all stop revamping shit, the food would be a little bit more healthy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a us problem. It's the shit y'all trying to change around us to make the products cheaper and still tax us for the products that we're used to. Febreze is not Febreze anymore. It's not even spelled the same way, but we're still paying for the same quality of Febreze. You can spray Febreze on the couch, and you can come back from work, and your house will smell like Febreze.
Mm-hmm.
You spray that new shit on your couch, and as long as you're sitting there, that shit smells good. But if you get up and come back to your couch smells like it did before you sprayed it. And so therefore you use more product, which means you buy more product. Leave the fucking shit alone, okay? Nothing is the same. Nothing. At all. Nothing is the same. And that's simple shit. Shoes don't last the same. Socks don't last the same. Nothing. I had a pair of socks for 2 weeks. Washed them twice. And I could stick my foot in there and one of my toes will come out that motherfucker. Socks from back in the day, you used to wear them motherfuckers and they used to be thick in your shoes. Now, they're like church socks. You know, to get thick socks, you gotta pay a couple extra dollars. What the hell is going on with America? Nothing is the same. So, I say that to say this. See, I told her she had to thing. Crystal, that's what I'm talking about. I be trying to tell her that. Baby, like what, baby? What? What's wrong with my shirt? Crystal said,
Now, but her comment just came in. Like, y'all, I can see the comments, but it be delayed.
I see him almost instantly because I'm on the like
This nigga said I'm comparing the pictures. I'm jealous.
I'm on the desktop, so I get them way faster than babe. But like, for real, like you almost gotta be careful. Like, it's crazy. In a minute, you know, you're not gonna be able to say the word hood because it's derogatory to black people or some stupid shit. Some shit.
Oh nah, nah.
Oh, somebody gonna do it. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Somebody gonna.
Baby, we can't even stop these police from murdering our goddamn kids
that
out
ain't
here.
gonna be the point.
Let alone stopping them.
Gonna take one of our words.
Making the word hood, like, nah.
Somebody gonna do it. Somebody gonna do it. It's coming.
It's gonna take a Becky with the good hair.
Nah, it's gonna take a baby with the naps to get somewhere.
Anyway.
Nah, don't anyway. It's real. Everything is changing. Spaz, nigga. They had a gun. Nigga, I used a gun that was a 12-gauge spaz. Well, we get all my gun. I can't go buy one of them no more because it's derogatory. The gun has a mental problem and shit.
She politely removed that shit off her album and carried on about fucking business.
That's what the fuck she's supposed to do. When people come at you sideways, I need people to understand you ain't got to give a motherfucking response all the goddamn time. Only thing that does is counteract the conflict. Shit. What is that? Counteracts the conflict already. So now it's a bigger conflict because nobody in America wants to be the one that loses any type of battle, whether it's words. You can stir that motherfucker, and they would damn near go blind and dry their whole fucking contact out, stirring you in your goddamn mind. Nobody wants to lose. Beyoncé ain't the only person to do it. Just shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm not saying that she was wrong for what she did.
You know what I'm saying? That's some player shit. If I don't give you a response, you can't be mad at the response that I don't give you. You know what I mean? Crystal. Yeah, you know. Can't show you all of my Beyoncé, but you know, got my little monitor on, you know. Let me get out the way so you can see it a little bit, you know. I'm gonna be all right. I appreciate the love. I appreciate it. When you said yesterday, I was thinking like, wait a minute. But you did give me because it is after midnight. So
Eh.
You got me. I was gonna say, dang. But Bae probably did go live yesterday or go prior to. She been live all week.
I've been trying to catch up now that I can actually slow down. And then, like, to me, that's the only way that you can actually grow your YouTube is when you're actually going live and putting in consistent content.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, I don't know if Bae gonna want to or if we gonna, what?
What?
Say it with your chest, Jay. Ah, that's right.
My chest is under operation.
That's right. You know, you might.
I'm old. My shit is under operation right now. It's inoperative right now.
So tomorrow or sometime this week, what is it? Next week, whatever. If we don't go live, we gonna go live and talk about the whole. We gonna go live on Black Sheep and Autism for one, and we gonna talk about the Liddell, disabilities, the justice system, and shut the fuck up, cause I know you talking shit.
Those be the conversations right there.
Why can't you just say that?
I did. I said, damn it. That's what
Like,
that means.
yeah, come get y'all brother, man. Come get y'all family. I have him outside with his suitcase and everything packed and his juicy juice.
They got to flew me out for me to leave. I got to get flued out. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Gonna sit me outside. No, you're not. Gonna sit me at the airport.
You better. Anyway, y'all. So yeah, that's our up and coming video. I'm gonna take it to Black Sheep Family Autism because it's more so educational and it's educational and informative type of content.
Family.
You said what?
Family.
Family.
Mm-hmm. It's still family based. It all fits.
Okay. Appreciate you, Anissa. You ain't think what you gonna say? Why you over there being petty?
No, I'm just saying that's like family stuff for real.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Think about what you're talking about. Like family's involved in all of that, so it's good.
It's just crazy how it all intertwines, but yeah.
It's like a nappy nap. Don't forget the Ritz and Cokes. Yup, I'll act like I'll re-up on it. I got plenty of Cokes. But I need some more Ritz crackers and honey buns.
Crystal, this nigga grilled today. It's still like
Man.
5 McPatties. It's like we working at the damn SpongeBob factory.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he talking about something. He need to go get him some Ritz.
I found burgers, like 1980 burgers.
Like some real Krabby Patty burgers. I don't know what they put in the meat. I think it was plankton.
Like Mama.
But it was jumping.
Mama, Grandma, and Big Mama. They made them. That's the burgers you had to smash down in the skillet. Yeah, I found some of them. Look, facts.
And he said, I gotta say, pray for my fam, y'all.
Hey, we got you. And it's much appreciated on the other end as well.
What you looking at me for?
I just had to look over there because see, I just recalled looking over there early and you didn't have your Beyonce light on, and I thought I was tripping. But you lit up over there off of my light, and the little bedazzlement behind you over there. Your office is thrown. Look like we in two different areas of the house.
It do, but that's the idea.
Yeah, it's dope.
And there you say,
Hey.
here we go. We roll out like Ludacris, me and my homie.
What? Damn. Hey, we got you, sis. We're gonna keep you lifted up with good strength. And the nerve and the mind frame on that, because that's a little close to home.
Boy,
that
this.
type of stuff.
But what you wanna know what's crazy? I was just talking about that earlier, like on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
How you was like, dude, I want you to, you know how people be saying that I'm lazy, I'm sorry, or I don't do nothing, or I can't get nothing that you buy, not knowing that nigga I work from home, not knowing that I've been getting certificates, not knowing y'all don't know what type of businesses I have here, and also not knowing that it be stuff like that's the reason why you want them to stay at home with the boys instead of going to work because people out here is crazy as hell.
Man.
And that's before even figuring, this stuff out with Anissa. But it's like I was saying, I think you said that earlier, all like human trafficking,
Sure.
like, it just wouldn't even surprise me if they didn't find her cousin or any of them with missing body parts and stuff like that, because that's how they did the little boy in high school. And like, this stuff is real, like abduction and kidnap is for real. Like, it's not no game, no make believe stuff. Like, stuff is like that happening to people every day.
Yeah. Man, and then having to identify. See, listen, when
Don't make no
when
sense.
something like that happens, it's normally some internal conflict close. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody along the way had a little beef, and somebody who wanted to retaliate knew that if anybody else was still left alive, they would be able to tell it because of what they knew. Be careful. You know what I mean? Be careful and keep your eyes open. Because I know if Hubby ain't taking it well, he probably taking it like I would probably have to take it if, me and my cousin was tight like that. But it's a real sticky situation to get too far into.
Yeah.
Cause like literally that's like almost in your circle type, street shit. So y'all be careful for real. And don't I'm like Madea, don't call over here in the middle of the night. I'm low.
Chili bang.
We on the way. But for real. Just had to give you something to think about. I know you probably watch enough crime shows like we do to know that that's got to be a close conflict. And I won't say much else about it because I don't probably need to. But keep your eyes open, sis. We got you though on all levels of the game. Trust me. We'll roll the tide out.
You just had to throw it in there for
I
free.
had to, because she know it's for real when I speak on that there. Roll that iron curtain out for real.
Anyway, thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for liking the video, commenting, interacting with us on this live. We might see you tomorrow on Black Sheep Family Autism. Talk about some of them topics. If you're interested in it, go over there. If not, see you guys later. I know we keep you up late.
I can finally take this handicap